Once upon a time, in a peaceful little village surrounded by blue rivers and tall silver trees, lived a boy named Alex. Alex was known for his bright eyes that sparkled like morning dew and his endless curiosity about everything around him. Every day, he explored the forests, climbed the hills, and dreamed of discovering places no one had ever seen. One morning, as the golden sun rose above the clouds, something unusual appeared in the sky. A glowing light was falling slowly toward the forest near the village. It looked like a star that had lost its way. Without hesitation, Alex grabbed his small backpack, took his wooden compass, and ran toward the light. The forest was quiet that day, too quiet. Even the birds seemed to be hiding. When Alex reached the place where the light had fallen, he saw something shining among the roots of an old tree. It was a crystal, large, blue, and full of moving lights inside. As he touched it, the ground trembled softly, and suddenly, the trees began to whisper. A magical wind lifted Alex into the air, and before he could blink, he found himself standing in a completely different world. The sky above him shimmered with floating islands and silver waterfalls that fell upward instead of down. Giant flowers opened and closed like beating hearts, and rainbow-colored fish swam through the air. Alex had entered the Sky Realm, a hidden world that existed above the clouds. He began to walk along a golden path that glowed under his feet. Around him, crystal butterflies flew in circles, lighting the way. In the distance, Alex saw a mountain made of shining glass. At its peak floated a bright castle, so high that even the sun seemed to bow to it. Something inside Alex told him that he needed to reach that castle. As he continued his journey, strange creatures appeared, friendly, curious, and unlike anything he had seen before. Tiny cloud foxes with soft white tails followed him, and glowing jellybirds sang songs without words. The wind whispered secrets about an ancient power hidden in the Sky Castle, the Heart of Light, a crystal that protected both the sky world and the human world. But the whispers also spoke of danger. Somewhere in the shadows, a dark storm spirit had awakened, the Shadow Gale. It wanted to steal the Heart of Light and cover both worlds in eternal darkness. Alex knew what he had to do. He followed the floating bridges that connected the islands, facing one challenge after another. He crossed a river made of liquid light that sparkled like stars, climbed a mountain of floating rocks that moved with every step, and solved the secret of the Mirror Garden, where every reflection led to a new path. Each time Alex felt tired, the crystal in his pocket glowed softly, giving him strength. It was as if the sky realm itself believed in him. Finally, after a long journey, he reached the foot of the shining mountain. The wind howled like a wild beast, and black clouds swirled above. The Shadow Gale had already reached the castle. Lightning flashed across the sky as Alex climbed the golden stairs leading to the castle gates. Inside, everything was trembling, walls, floors, and even the air. At the center of the great hall floated the Heart of Light, shining brightly but slowly fading as the storm spirit surrounded it. Alex took a deep breath. He remembered all the adventures he had faced, all the courage he had found along the way. Holding the crystal he had found in the forest, he raised it high. The blue light from his crystal met the golden glow of the Heart of Light, and for a moment, everything became silent. Then, with a sound like 1,000 bells ringing at once, the darkness shattered. The Shadow Gale disappeared into a swirl of silver dust, and the castle filled with light so strong that even the clouds outside turned golden. The Heart of Light returned to its full brightness, spinning gently in the air. The wind around Alex softened, and the voice of the Sky Realm spoke through the breeze, gentle and warm, like a song. It thanked him for his bravery and for protecting the balance between the worlds. A soft light surrounded him, and slowly, the scene began to fade. When Alex opened his eyes again, he was lying under the same old tree in the forest near his village. The blue crystal was still in his hand, glowing faintly. Above him, the morning sky looked brighter than ever. The clouds seemed to move like waves, and if you looked closely, you could almost see floating islands in the distance. Alex smiled. He knew that what had happened was real, that somewhere above the clouds, the sky realm was safe again. And even though no one in the village believed his story, he kept the crystal close to his heart as a reminder that courage, imagination, and kindness could open doors to worlds beyond dreams. From that day on, Alex continued exploring, not just the forests and rivers, but the magic hidden in everyday life, the sparkle of morning dew, the whisper of the wind, and the light of the stars. Because deep down, he knew that adventures never truly end. They only wait for brave hearts to find them.